It began in darkness. In the early hours of June 16, 2025, at exactly 2:43 a.m. local time, Iran's skies lit up with the sound of destruction. 12 B-2 Spirit bombers, flown from Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri, slipped silently into Iranian airspace. No warning, no declaration, only impact. Their mission? To destroy three of Iran's most secretive and fortified nuclear sites, Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan. The explosions rocked the country. The Fordow facility, built deep into a mountain, was breached for the first time in history. Isfahan's Shahid Beheshti Center was flattened. Natanz, already scarred by cyber attacks over the years, was now reduced to burning rubble. And then came the words from President Donald Trump. We obliterated their nuclear program completely. This wasn't just a strike. This was a red line crossed. The United States had directly attacked Iran's nuclear infrastructure, and with it, any remaining hopes of de-escalation seemed to vanish. The operation, now being referred to as Midnight Hammer, had been planned in absolute secrecy. Intelligence suggested Iran was approaching breakout capacity. Satellite images, underground seismic activity, increased centrifuge rotation. All signs pointed to an urgent threat. Pentagon strategists acted. Cyber teams were deployed to paralyze air defenses. A decoy B-2 squadron flew a false path via Guam to distract Iranian radar. And then the real strike group slipped in beneath the radar and delivered over 30 precision-guided bunker buster bombs. Iran was caught off guard. In those critical minutes, it lost years of nuclear investment and the lives of dozens of its scientists and engineers. But Iran didn't go silent. Within hours, Ayatollah Khamenei declared that the Zionists and their American backers will pay with fire. Iran's missile forces were put on alert. Hezbollah units were mobilized in southern Lebanon. Militias in Iraq and Syria received coded activation signals, and Tehran's cyber units went to work. In Houston, Texas, the port briefly lost grid power. Refineries reported attempted breaches in their control systems. These were warning shots, not yet full retaliation. But what came next shook the global economy. Iran's parliament passed a vote to begin closing the Strait of Hormuz. This narrow 21-mile-wide waterway handles nearly 20% of the world's oil supply, and even the threat of closure sent markets spiraling. Oil shot past $140 a barrel. Insurance rates for tankers tripled. Multiple shipping lines announced temporary halts. The Dow plunged over 900 points by midday. World leaders scrambled to respond. France and Germany condemned the U.S. strike as reckless. The U.K. supported it with regret but understanding. Russia began moving naval forces toward Syria. China issued a call for calm, but began quietly building military readiness in the South China Sea. Inside the United States, the reaction was split. Some hailed the operation as a necessary step to stop Iran from achieving nuclear weapons capability. Others called it unconstitutional, an act of war launched without congressional authorization. And what of Israel? Prime Minister Netanyahu praised the strike, calling it a turning point in Middle Eastern security. But at home, Israel began preparing for retaliation. Iron Dome batteries were activated. Reservists were called up. Schools in northern Israel were closed indefinitely. Meanwhile, in Saudi Arabia, air patrols increased. U.S. military bases across the region raised their threat levels. In Iraq, U.S. troops came under rocket fire near Baghdad. Iranian-backed militias took credit and promised more. But the real question lingers in the air. Was this strike the beginning of a larger war, or a desperate final warning? Military analysts are divided. Some say Iran will avoid direct escalation and respond through proxy forces and cyber warfare. Others believe ballistic missile strikes against Israel or U.S. bases are only a matter of time. And then there's the wild card. What if Hormuz really closes? That would be a red alert for global shipping, energy markets, and international diplomacy. It could bring China and Russia more directly into play. This moment is volatile. It's not just about one strike or one country. It's about a region on the edge. And now every hour brings us closer to the next decision, the next retaliation, the next escalation. One strike has triggered a chain reaction, and there's no going back. We'll be here covering it all, every move, every development, every consequence. Because this is no longer just news. This is history, unfolding in real time. And that's the world we're living in right now. A world where one strike can shift the balance of global power. Here at Hill Stories, we bring you the stories behind the headlines, the truth behind the noise. If this video helped you understand what's really going on, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Stay aware, stay informed, because history isn't just something we read about. It's something we're living right now.